done actually more scouting because I don't really know too much about.
Their mid laner is basically Bandito, except he doesn't play the Zillion.
Yeah, I just can't remember too much about Lenny and Kataro.
Alright.
Yeah, so I can't. I know Yogi's is really good. I know Lenny and Kataro have been playing together for fucking ever.
Welcome back. Thank you for the short pause.
Chris just messaged me.
We had a bit of an unfortunate situation where we were kind of forced to conclude a game early, and UPS versus OTS will be rescheduled. It's to be determined. So, unfortunate game 2. I mean, we did have a really dominant game 1, but game 3, last game of the Saturday. Hi, I am Nikolai. First game back after not being able to play, so I get to cast instead of play. And alongside me is the ever so wonderful bench warmer himself, Red Panda. Gonna have a fun, good third game at least. I mean, these are two different style teams where a lot of their points are in different values, and it's gonna be a banger. As we're going straight into draft, apparently. So I don't know if I can get your opinion quick enough. I don't know. Can we get it quick enough?
Can we get my opinion quick enough on these two teams? Well, it looks like someone's actually not. BaeDCarry is outside of it. I'm not sure if they're actually hard for draft yet, but I really like. I think it's Ti is the one with Yogiza's team, especially because of Notorious Mid Yogiza in the synergy of bot lane between Lenny and Katara have been playing together for a really long time. I think I don't know too much about BFC, some of these players, so I can't say too much on that, and I'm trying to give my opinion as quick as possible before draft starts. But
yeah, we're still going to be waiting on a confirmation for draft right now, as we're going to be loading up shortly too. So if you're both teams, though, like, you're kind of looking at the fact that this is a heavily dominant, it almost looks super team-ish like at first glance based on point value. If you kind of look at Third Impact versus BaeDCarry Fan Club, so what's kind of the what's kind of the emphasis of the draft? Like, where would you want to see the draft focus towards if your eyes are clean?
I'd like to actually see it focused more towards bot. I really like BaeDCarry. He's one of my more favorite ADCs that I've watched in the league. I don't think I ever got to play against him, but I was really looking forward to play against him. And then obviously Lenny and Kataro, like I said, playing together for so long. So I would like to see, that's where I'm looking, but most games that's usually where I'm looking because it's the lane I know the most. But definitely when you have a coherent synergy like that, you just want to see it pop through because, a lot of these players, they come together within like the couple months that they have.
Yeah, it's a little bit different too. Just as a note too, a lot of these players are coming into the new season. I mean, the only person that was actually, I believe, in the playoffs was Lenny, if I remember correctly. She was on that OTS squad that went all the way to the semifinals, so she kind of has a little bit more of the experience with playing in a bigger scenario game, especially for week 1. Week 1's always a tough week because it's kind of like the momentum step in a sense.
Yeah, I'm also kind of interested to see. Yogiza obviously is really one of the better junglers in the league, and we were about to see some banger jungler game last time. I'm really looking forward to that one, but that's the thing that's kind of putting me on the spot of Ti is that if Yogiza, we're starting draft actually, but yeah, Yogiza being able to play across the map just to shorten it up.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting too because Yogiza really didn't succeed last season too on, I believe it was Lamar Jackson Fan Club. I believe they did get sneak into playoffs, but then they were just bounced out in the first round. So the Heck Room is going to be the first ban by BaeDCarry Fan Club. Obviously, strong jungle pick, especially with a strong jungler like Yogiza, who's going to be able to manipulate the map. That's just honestly, I think an easy ban. Are we going to kind of see a 3-ban system like what OTS was doing against UPS from last game?
I don't think so. I don't think they'll completely ban out one player. I think it'd be kind of weird too. Just because what OTS did was like, when you look at that team, like Mailbox is the considerate threat. I think that there are a lot of different players that can, you know, do tons of different stuff that's game. So I don't think they'll completely ban it out, but looks like they are really targeting the Yasuo and Yone. So
Yeah,
I don't think they'll ban a third mid though. They may.
yeah, that's kind of interesting that they're already throwing 2 bans. So basically you get the 2 brothers that also are the 2 winters, and you get them banned out too. But the Zillion also got banned too. I don't know if that's a notorious mid pick or a Kataro pick that's been kind of said. I haven't looked at their accounts as of late, but am I logged in? Oh, I need to log back in real quick. Oops. Thanks for production for reminding me to log back into League, because I think I kind of tilted after the game ended abruptly for me. So,
Well, the last bans are the Jinx and the Gnar. So
I
Jinx
do
getting banned away.
I do like the Jinx pick, as a Lulu will be the first pick too, but the Gnar gets banned topside. So that's basically 2 mids and a top lane. So they're definitely attacking the solo laners.
Yeah, I like the Jinx ban too. Jinx really strong bot laner right now, and we were about to see it last game, but like I was talking about before, Scale's really heavy, is able to do a lot in team fights, but they are going to get the Seraphine.
So they're trading. So I wonder why they would trade the Lulu for the Seraphine though. That's kind of the interesting thing that I wanted to point out too. Maybe it's something that may have been done preemptively, like draft wise. But we're definitely going to be seeing another pick here shortly. There is 20 seconds left here in the draft.
I think if you're going to go with the Lulu, you probably need to get a Vayne or a Twitch. I think if you're going to go with the Lulu over the Seraphine, you need a Vayne or a Twitch, and both those are up right now.
Yeah, it could be the Kog'Maw. We haven't seen the Kog'Maw, but the Senna will get locked in. Looks like they're going to be going for probably the fasting combo. We've seen it before in scrims. Linny's popped off. Linny and Kataro have both popped off on these 2 picks too, so it's kind of in their style of range already, and I think this is going to be the really good pick for them coming into the bot lane too. So now they kind of show their bot lane though. Will they be picking something different for BaeDCarry, who arguably is a more mechanically better AD carry than Linny is? Linny is a very feast or famine AD carry. We saw it in playoffs where it was all feast until the end of the game, where they basically just lost everything, as a Volibear is going to be picked in on B2. I'm wondering if they're going to pick an ADC in this rotation. Otherwise,
I
you
think
could
they
look
need
to
to. They need to pick an ADC. They already sold their bot lane. I would not let your ADC pool get banned out just because you have a Lulu. There are champions that are exceedingly OP with Lulu. Why would you let them just ban out those champions?
Unless there's something that we don't know about. They could pick up a very strong mid laner. No mid laners were banned outside of the Yasuo Yone. So this could be an interesting scenario where we could be looking at a mid lane pick. Is this a jungle pick? Is this a top lane pick? Nobody actually knows. That's the thing with the Volibear too. The Volibear, but the Vayne is going to be covered. But the Vayne is going to get locked in, and that's going to be the Vayne Lulu bot against the Senna Seraphine.
Yeah. Really good scaling within the bot lane. Obviously, Senna Seraphine does outrange and out harass the Seraphine with a lot of good poke, a lot of good range, and then Senna with her slow on the Glacial Augment. But Vayne and Lulu does scale very well, and in my opinion, Vayne, once she gets Kraken Slayer, just no bot lane can pretty much contest her if that's played out correctly. Like, there's just too much damage coming from the Vayne, especially when there's a Lulu. So you have to take advantage of that Vayne early.
Definitely.
So,
but the Senna doesn't have that much early game damage too. I mean, the only difference is the range. But I think they're going to be going for the fasting. They're going to be looking at the Nocturne's going to get locked in too. So they're already looking at the possible bot lane. But this is where I want to throw it off too, because we've seen Nocturnes play professionally in the solo lanes. So I'm wondering if this is something where they're trying to say, hey, this is potentially a Nocturne jungle. This could be a Nocturne top lane. This could be a Nocturne mid lane. I mean, we've seen it before, but I mean, it's the same thing with the Volibear. It could be a Volibear top, could be a Volibear jungle, and but the Veigar is going to get banned away. Interesting enough. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen here with the rest of the draft, as BaeDCarry fan club will have to pick at least their solo laners, assuming that the Volibear is going to be in the jungle. BaeDCarry on Vayne? Yes, BaeDCarry is on Vayne.
yes.
And no, you know what? It could be a top lane Vayne. We could be
I
trolled.
doubt it. Yeah.
You know
I was
what?
gonna
Hey,
say before the vein
hey.
got locked in, when you said we might pull out something cheese on us, I was about to say they could take the Lulu top.
The Twisted Fate is going to be banned away by BaeDCarry fan club. So definitely Nocturne TF is actually really good as a Mordekaiser is going to get banned out. So that's definitely a target towards the top lane. But again, is the Volibear going to be the top? Is it going to be the jungle? And the same thing on the Nocturne. Is it going to be the top lane Nocturne or the jungle Nocturne?
Yeah, it's the great thing about some of these flex picks is that it really keeps you on your toes in draft. I think that that's one of the perks that you have whenever you have people that are also really flexible and adaptable. And we could believe that a Vayne would go top. I don't think so with a Volibear right there, but
that says Darius going to be banned by BaeDCarry fan club, and that's going to be forcing Third Impact to kind of choose their solo lane here. They have to pick either their top or the mid laner, and I'm most likely thinking that if I'm them, I'm picking their top laner here to save that counter pick for Notorious mid. Cho'Gath will be hovered, and Cho'Gath should be locked in. I think this is the safest choice if you're Third Impact.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better picks. I mean, as the game goes on, obviously, Cho'Gath just gets tankier and tankier and tankier, but not too much of a deal whenever you have a Vayne. Vayne does kind of chunk down Cho'Gath pretty hard, but he has very good setups and fights and stuff like that. The one thing I'm a little worried about right now is the fact that they just, and I could be wrong here, they just don't have a lot of, like, if they get a good tank here on BaeDCarry fan club, like, Senna's not really very well known for destroying tanks. I mean, they have a lot of heal, they have a lot of damage, like, but I don't see anybody that's going to shut down these tanks.
Sylas going to go Sylas. Now, this could be the Sylas mid still, because they have to pick their solo lanes here anyways.
Yeah.
I would be
so we definitely could see with the jungler.
I would be definitely surprised if it's a Sylas top lane versus Cho'Gath, because Cho'Gath just, I think, ultimately wins that.
Yeah. There's not much that Sylas can do.
Yeah, I mean, the composition so far looks like they have a lot of healing, but then you have a Vayne and you have a Lulu. Your Nocturne can't do much against a Lulu because Vayne's just going to be able to kite out the damage. Sylas could steal the Nocturne ult and then use it in return. Sion will be the lock-in most likely for the top lane. I think it's a good S tier pick still. Sion's kind of like the better matchup into Cho'Gath in my opinion, just because it's generally speaking, Sion scales a lot with health, and so does Cho'Gath. But with Sion, you get a shield. You can actually slow him. You can do a lot of damage with him pretty early, up until level 6, though. So I'm wondering if this is going to be something.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested what they're going to pick here, because obviously they do need a little bit of AP damage, but at the same time, they have a Scion Volibear. They're looking like they're going to hover the Wukong.
Unless this is going to be Seraphine. Yeah, this looks like they're going to be the Fasting Senna, so Wukong's going to get locked in. So this is going to be the Seraphine Fasting Senna combo. So their source of AP is going to be coming from the bot lane too, but I don't know. This is going to be really interesting to see here in the first game for both these teams.
Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I would have liked to see someone that could actually, you know, take care of some tanks. Obviously, like, anything can happen within the late game. You just don't get, you know, Sion fed enough or Volibear fed enough. But, like, BaeDCarry fan club overall, like, they're able to deal with almost every champion on this team. And Sylas has a lot of nasty ults to steal here. Sylas, like, this team has a lot of nasty-ass ults for this Sylas.
And generally speaking, Sylas is generally known in a pro play for the competitive, being able to hijack the Seraphine ultimate, which is arguably their team fighter. The fact that they have 1, 2, 3, 4, possible 4 to 5 ultimates, the entire team, you can steal all their ultimates. I mean, you talk about the Cho'Gath ultimate. I mean, you're talking about a Nocturne ultimate with the Paranoia, Senna ultimate. You're talking about Encore with the Seraphine. You're talking about the Wukong knockup. There is so many ultimates to steal. And they honestly have a good front-to-back team fight.
Yeah, I think they also just have definitely... They're setting up BaeDCarry very well. That's why I was looking for this Vayne pick. BaeDCarry is the type of player to play these scaling champions. His best champions are the Kai'Sa, the Vayne, stuff like that. So they're really playing into that with having the Lulu as well to activate him late game. So the later this game goes on, I feel like the better off BaeDCarry fan club is going to be, because 1, they have the front to back with the tanks. 2, they have a Vayne, and 3, they have a freaking Lulu. So I think it just gets harder for TI to win this game as the game goes on. They have to make something happen early. They definitely have a lot of early advantage level 6 with like Nocturne, Wukong. So like, I expect to see them probably the Nocturne maybe to focus a little bit more towards bot, because that's definitely where a lot of this is going to be able to happen with the Wukong Senna. And the Wukong can get very, very fed off this. That's a lane and a half fed, basically, whenever you do the fasting Senna.
Yeah, definitely too. So we're going to be seeing them shortly too, as we're going to be going to the pick and bans regular. So it's already been finished. So they're just getting an LCS order just to make it look nice and pretty. No, it is not Cho'Gath mid. I wouldn't. Sylas into Cho'Gath, I still think is favored towards the Sylas early, because Cho'Gath is required to hit the Q after your Whirlpool spike. So I'm wondering if I don't really think it's going to be the Cho'Gath mid. I think there's going to be a Wukong mid most likely, and that's just because I think Wukong can trade early. I don't know. It could be the Cho'Gath mid, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I still think that the Wukong Senna would be really good. I mean, Seraphine Senna's still pretty good within stopping this Vayne, but I think Wukong Senna can do a lot more damage to this Vayne early on. I also think that Seraphine being able to keep a distance from Sylas, being able to just poke him down in the mid lane, would be really good for the Seraphine. You have a lot of heals on this team, so getting, you know, fasting Senna in on top of having Seraphine in a solo lane would be really good.
Yeah, so, I mean, but no, that it will be Fat Girl Delicious taking the Cho'Gath top, so that's a signature champion by Fat Girl Delicious. I mean, it's not anything special out of the box. I mean, he's known as one of the better Cho'Gath players in the league. It was no, so yeah, so it looks like the Nocturne will be going into the jungle. The Wukong goes mid.
Lulu is going mid. What? Did they mean to do that?
What?
Lulu mid with Sylas Vayne bot? That has to be an accident. I think it was an accident. It has to.
He might have picked it early still, but that's
a banger.
That's interesting. I mean, we had a banger game 1. Game 2 was literally what happens when you literally just say fuck it and decide to shut everything down, because you're probably like you're the boomer parents that like shuts down the party.
God damn it.
God damn it, Nick. You pulled the cord out of the wall socket and you're like, nope, party's over on this one.
Let's talk about game 3.
And game 3 right now, it is the monkey in the bot lane. Holy, wait, is that going to be, that can't be Sylas support.
That's what I've been talking about this whole time before you went on your tangent.
It is not a tangent when it's going to correlate to this game. Unless they're swapping. They
have to be swapping. I would not understand it if they didn't swap.
I really think that it's going to be Sylas mid. Sylas mid does absolutely banger into Seraphine, because Seraphine cannot out-trade, and plus you can... Wait, is it really a Lulu? It's gotta... Wait.
No.
So
okay.
Whoa, wait, they still have time. They still have time to trade. Okay, I was about to say.
Wait, they're trading around still. Like, wait, is the Sylas going jungle? I haven't seen this in a long time.
They're having fun. There's no way you go Volibear mid.
Okay.
Oh, okay, come on, guys. Stop trolling us.
I want to see the Cho'Gath bot.
Yeah! You called it right at the moment. You called it right at that moment. You're like, I want to see Cho'Gath bot. Boom. He goes bot lane. Well, last time we saw Lenny on this Wukong was when Minneapolis PD first came into the spotlight for OTS last season, and she carried that 3v that fight at the end when JT had stolen the Dragon Soul. I don't know if you remember that game, but they were behind for the entirety of the game, and then they just won off one team fight. Okay, so the comps are locked in. It will be the Seraphine mid, and it's going to be the Wukong bot lane. So we're going to have a monkey down in the bot lane. It is going to be a fiesta. Grab your chips, grab your salsa, grab your Mountain Dew. We're going to have a banger of a game right now as we're going to go into spectator delay, which means we get to talk about random stuff for 2.5 minutes before the game.
As long as it is productive random stuff, I am okay.
You can't being productive and being random in the same sentence it doesn't go in the same sentence. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand what you're trying to
as long as we don't talk about game 2, we're good.
I mean, it is what it is. So I gotta ask you a question too, from an analytical standpoint. I mean, you saw game 1, and I saw kind of game 1. What was your kind of thoughts going into game 1? Me personally,
I actually only caught the end of game 1. I had just gotten home when game 1 was ending. Yeah, and I was talking. I think I was trying to figure out what I was doing. I was doing research for the game now shall not be named.
All right,
so I actually did not get to see that game,
unfortunately. All right, Lord Voldemort, chill, Jesus. But I mean, a lot of Sparta looked really good for the first game of the season. I mean, they dominated. What obviously they kind of did outdraft Royal Vagabond. But when you look at the two teams too, how do you expect where do you expect both teams to go? Going into the continuation of the season, is this what Sparta needs to do well for the rest of the season, or was this kind of a fluke game, whereas saying hey, we got off against a really good, lucky team, or a team that wasn't truly focused. We have to really, lock ourselves down and get ready for the remainder of the season.
I don't think it was a fluke. I don't think it would be a fluke win. I think that Royal Vagabonds they're not bad. They're beatable. I'm not saying they're bad, but they are beatable, and they work a lot off of emotions. A lot of their players. So I still think that they can carry on momentum. Momentum is very huge when it comes to these kind of things. We saw it with last season with Mailbox's Angels. Once they started winning games, they just won and won and won and won, and then they were in the finals, right? So just like having that momentum going on, that confidence really helps.
Right, definitely too. And I think if any one of these two teams do get the first win of the season, it's going to be really good for them mentally going forward, because there's a lot of tough teams. I mean, we even have the owner. Not even the only pick he was so sure of was OTS going 3rd this season. He was not even sure about the other teams, of where they're going to be ranked. That's how hard this season is to dictate.
I have to disagree though. Like OTS in 3rd place, I have to disagree.
It might be the TL Liquid thing. Your bias is showing. Stop leaking the script.
No, I think 9th place is actually a really good place for OTS this season. I think 9th place. I heard their mid laner's a little bit of a feeder.
Production, I'm gonna ask you to ban this man, please. I'm gonna ask you to ban this man for slander.
For slander against the person I'm on a team with.
Not after this cast. We're going to be loading up onto Summoner's Rift shortly. We are loading up shortly. I don't know, the client's taking longer to load than my brain in the morning.
But I do, in all seriousness, I do agree. I think a lot of teams, just because they changed up a lot, I think last season there were teams that definitely looked like really unstoppable and really strong, and this year there are a lot of teams that kind of look like hit or miss, like they could do well, they could do bad, like, and it feels like it's anybody.
Well, and one of the big things that you kind of mentioned too, with the point being brought up, was that a lot of these teams, like, he started off hot. A lot of, you look at what was it? NBBC, I believe it was. NBBC was like 5-0, and then
Yeah.
they just fell off the face of the earth. They got the 5th place, and sure, they made semifinals, but they
Yeah, it definitely wasn't what people were expecting. Everybody was expecting them to be like the number one team.
Yeah, and then you had a lot of teams that had a slow start. You bring back Mailbox's Angels. Mailbox's Angels was like sitting close to last place.
They were last place.
They were last place at one point.
Sorry,
and then
they were 9th place. Never mind.
Yeah,
they were 9th place.
Basically in the bottom 3. They were a bottom 3 team, and then all of a sudden, a few rosters changed, switch it around. All of a sudden, you're in finals. As we're gonna get a dance off in the mid lane, which is so even 5-point start across all teams.
We're good enemy.
Yeah, even 5-point start across the sides. As we're gonna get a dance in the mid lane.
Yeah, you're synced up, right, Nick?
Of course, I'm synced up.
Okay, because that's what enemy keeps counting off for. He's trying to get you to answer him.
Oh, I have. There was a lot of background noise with production going on, so I actually muted production. Sorry, enemy. There was a lot of background noise, and I'm trying to talk to my man Red Panda here, but I don't know. That's why. I want to kind of look at the runes. Teleport is kind of standard across the brew. PTA from the Volibear though, which is interesting, and of course we have the Lethal Tempo with the Conqueror, so everything is interesting. I don't know about PTA Volibear. I'm not sure is that the rune you take, as he's gonna go with the solo leash start.
Yeah, PTA Volibear is a thing. I'm not sure if it's like what it's. I don't think it's normal, but it is a thing. PTA Volibear in the jungle.
Ooh, as he's gonna get the early Q off for the Scion, so the Scion will be able to get the early decimating smash off, so that should be really good for them too. As you stand, yeah, this is going to be the situation with Vayne in the bot lane right now, as Senna should be able to poke out. But see, this is a double range versus a range minute. Yeah, that was a good dodge with the tumble. But Senna's just going to be looking to try to get the souls too, as the Silas does hit level 2 first, but the Seraphine's going to be able to trade back in the return, back down over to the bot lane, because that's where all the action is apparently. Ooh, Senna's already half health. Kataro has to watch out. Does it heal off some of the Q, but the Silas also has to watch out. Vayne is level 2. They're going to be tumbling. Does have the silver bolts. Not going to do anything else.
Yeah, they're able to get away. I think Senna needs to kind of, even though she has the range advantage, even though Vayne isn't the strongest early game, she kind of needs to be a little bit more respectful of that. Like,
yeah,
just stepping up out of nowhere, like.
Already popped the potion and the biscuit, by the way, too, and that's going to be the Senna kind of going in a little bit early too, and that's going to be the exhaust. So now first blood over to BaeDCarry, and that's a pop burst from the silver bullet. So you were talking about the early game, right? Earlier, analyst.
Yeah.
All right. Apparently the script that the production gave us is null and void, so we are just going to throw out the script here. Because we weren't expecting them to do anything for the first 10 to 15 minutes, but apparently, BaeDCarry Fan Club, as Silas is going to be going in a little bit on the trade too. Asian Invasion, trying to use the F-Sen and the Abduct with the Kingslayer combo to try to heal up too, because he is losing a little bit of health. He is keeping up in CS though.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to do anything back to the point. I didn't expect them to do anything early, but you just had Senna just being really, really greedy and stepping up. Like, there is damage still there, but you got to use your range to take advantage of all of it.
Yeah, definitely, too. And that's going to be the Wukong going in. Ooh, that's going to be the Kadem going out. But that Ghost of Linny's going to get the kill with the Ignite, too. Just playing a little bit greedy, too, and got stunned up. Here comes the Seraphine escape. Wow, that was actually interesting, as the Volibear is going to be able to get some damage off, but the Seraphine does have to flash. So they burn the heal in the bot lane and the flash from the Lulu, but in exchange they did get the flash from the mid lane, and so 1 for 1 or 1 for 0. But still, First Blood did go over, does get the Vamp Scepter. I'm assuming that that's going to be the Shield Bow, which I think is fine. If you look at the composition, getting the Shield Bow is not a bad idea.
Yeah. Also, at the same time, like, there are people who will build an early Vamp Scepter and go into Kraken Slayer, but I don't think you really have to go into Kraken Slayer in this. Like, the one tank is Cho'Gath, and you're going to be able to peel him down as Vayne anyway. Like, going the Shield Bow, having the being able to get the shield and a little bit of lifesteal on Vayne.
Yeah,
it's a really, like, I'd
Shield
rather.
Bow, yeah, Shield Bow into Phantom Dancer, I think, is probably the build that is going to be looking towards. As a Decimating Smash does go down onto the Cho'Gath, but the Cho'Gath has a lot of sustain. If you're looking for an AP version of Nasus, this is it, essentially. But that's how I always figured Cho'Gath, because Cho'Gath always gets like hit free health back and free mana from killing a minion. It's kind of the same thing in a way with Nasus, because he gets a 10% lifesteal and it just scales up. So it's essentially a heal.
Yeah, as the first dragon we're actually going to see up also is the Cloud Dragon. So it eliminates Cloud Soul. I'm not a big fan of Cloud Soul, so I'm kind of glad that one's not going to be
if it's not Infernal or Ocean, then it's not entertaining. Come on.
It is true. And in this game, like, also with the Mountain, like, I don't think it would have too much of an impact, especially since, like, they don't really have anybody that's going to chunk tanks anyway, and then you have a Vayne anyway. So, I would like to see Infernal Soul. I think Infernal Soul is one of the most entertaining ones to watch, in my opinion.
Even though it has not so high of a win rate, as Wukong going to be going in too, and here comes the Volibear, going to be able to get the gank off too. That's going to be the flash stun. Remember, the Wukong does have the flash, but does not have the decoy anymore. Is still chasing. Here comes the Nocturne. Nocturne is nearby too, but ooh, that's going to be close. But the Senna's going to get caught out a little bit too. But that's going to be the heal coming out from Ghost of Kataro. Stun is going to miss too, and that's going to be the teleport coming down from the Sylas. Will they be able to get anything else? No. And that's going to be the teleport coming out from the Scion as well, too. Here comes the Encore. It does miss, too. Oh, my God, but the Encore does come back out. Ghost of Linny's going to get the first kill in this extended fight, too. That's going to be 3 kills already. And that was just so much out of that fight, and it kind of just happened all at once, but that's going to be a 3-for-1.
Yeah, Yogiza able to really catch him out when, I don't know why Volibear chased that far, but Yogiza definitely played that out really smart. The TP in from Sylas, both Seraphine and Sylas had the Encore.
Oh, the Sylas teleport was interrupted, by the way, so Scion never made it down to the bot lane.
Yeah. Yeah, they were still top. The Sylas, though, did, with both the ults, I think he only hit the Wukong, and then Seraphine was actually able to hit almost everybody on the team. So just everything worked out pretty well for them in that.
Ooh, and the Sylas is going to be going back in somewhat. Not much. Okay, and the Cho'Gath does have a nice CS lead right now. He's 15 up. Gold is actually pretty even in terms of everywhere else but the bot lane. Bot lane is a 400 gold lead. Wukong just spent all of it. Wukong does now have the Iron Spike Whip, so they are looking for the Gore Drinker build. Senna's working on the Kraken Slayer.
Yeah, sorry, my client screwed up.
Yeah, I know. My client was like freezing twice for some reason. I was kind of weirded out by it. I thought it was the game.
Wasn't trying to be dead-ass silent, but like literally everything froze for a second. But no, we did see the first Cloud Drake go over to TI. So
Paranoia is up, by the way, and there is no flash on Lulu. But I don't think they're going to push in the wave. I would assume that they're just going to try to hard shove. They could have froze the wave right there. What are they doing? Come on.
Yeah,
man.
I also don't think that you want to be in the middle. Like, I would have frozen it in the middle. Like, you don't want to be there whenever Wukong and Senna are already fed and you're playing Lulu, especially with Paranoia up.
That's the interesting thing. You would have been able to freeze the wave right there, too, as a Cho'Gath then does get the knock up, so he avoids the Decimating Smash. The Decimating Smash comes up again. It's just a wet noodle fight. Like,
yeah.
Oh, here comes the Volibear. Is he doing it a little too early? He does get the stun, but onto the decoy. A little too greedy, I would say.
Yeah, I don't think it was gonna get much out of that anyway. I mean, none of his camps were up, so it's fine. But I can't think of much else he probably could have done there.
Yogi's already going up for the Rift Herald.
Rift Herald, yep.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that too. And then Cho'Gath having lane prio, he's just gonna get it.
Oh, and that's gonna be the thing. He's in the final hour too. Here comes the Wukong ultimate, and that's gonna be both the Seraphine. Or no, that's a Senna ultimate going down too, and the Sylas is gonna be stealing. That's gonna be Ignite going down slowly but surely, but the Sylas is gonna get the shutdown after getting the Wukong ultimate. Just a late little shield, just in case. But they weren't able to get the kill on Katara, but they did get the kill onto Lenny, and that's a huge shutdown for the mid lane.
Yeah, it was a really good run by Silas to go down there and try and equalize bot and get Vayne back into this game and definitely be able to do something his lane. He didn't really lose too much. Seraphine was not able to get any plates. They lost, obviously, the Rift Herald, but you were going to lose that anyway with Volibear being down there. So I think that was the most optimal play for them, honestly.
Nocturne will be recalling, so no dive in the top lane. I don't think you want to dive a Scion, like ever.
No. I don't think there's any reason to dive Scion when
you know what?
you're playing Nocturne.
If there's a will, there's a way, and that's why I am hard stuck plat. That's why I
don't talk about hard stuck right now. We're not going to talk hard stuck.
Oh.
I'm hard stuck bench warmer, but
you know what? At least you're something rather than nothing. As the Silas is going to be getting the abduct into the Kingslayer trade, but nothing more. So Seraphine's going to go with the more supportive build. This is going to be the interesting thing in the game. Is she going to be going full AP?
I believe so. I believe so. I think her role in this is just like what Sinnoh's is. Yeah.
You think it's going to be a Moonstone into a Death Cap?
I don't know about I don't know about Death Cap. Probably though. Like I don't know too much of Samira's builds, but yeah, probably it would make the most sense, especially when you have Moonstone. And I feel like what I was about to say, her job is definitely to keep everybody healthy and alive, just like the.
I would like
Senna.
to see the Seraph's Embrace on the Seraphine. Just try saying that 6 times in a row.
I keep accidentally calling her Samira, so it's okay.
Do you really call her Samira?
I've called her Samira like 3 times now.
I have actually not noticed. They are going to be looking at the potential dive in the bot lane because remember, there's no summoners on BaeDCarry right now. They do have vision priority, but they're also roaming down too. Vayne's just going to chase the Wukong. Here comes the Encore, and the Nocturne's going to be able to get the fear off. Yogi's going to get the kill. Great bush setup too, and that's going to be the Lulu. Already half health too, just from the Senna combo, because that's fair. Right.
We're probably going to see this Rift dropped mid as well, as Nocturne still has the Rift in there, all alone in lane.
Yeah, too. Is working towards a Stride Breaker, and getting that extra gold will be really significant too. Wet Noodle fight in the top lane. I don't know why the directed camera keeps going topside, like, and something's actually going to happen, because we know nothing's ever going to happen top lane unless... Oh, great spell shield, but the Encore is going to be coming out too. He has no spell shield, but he is going to be able to flash out. Oh, that was actually pretty clean. Almost dangerous, though. That could have been really bad, honestly.
Yeah, we were talking about it before this game, too, like, the stealing of Seraphine ult, and he's used it twice now. And it just hasn't been as effective. Obviously, the flash coming up. Oh, and let's get down there.
What is that teleport? The teleport misses too, and that's going to be the Senna. Oh my god, the Senna doesn't even go down! Holy crap, look at the shielding. That's going to be the stun of the tower. Volibear does have to use the ultimate to get out of it. Oh, but the Notorious mid does get the kill too, as Ghost of Lenny's going to get the second kill in this extended fight too. And that should be the double kill over to Notorious mid too, and that's going to be the Scion chasing down. But nothing else. Oh god, that's so horrible. And the Rift Herald goes down bot lane.
And they are pinging the Infernal Drake, so it looks like Nocturne might go up there and solo that, as these 3 are just going to get the Dire Blades.
You know what that means? That means no Infernal Soul.
But there's still a chance for Ocean.
Do we really want an Ocean Soul?
Imagine the healing of an Ocean Soul, a Moonstone.
Wait, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out in like 5 seconds. It's Ocean Soul! God damn! If there was a composition that wanted Ocean Soul that badly,
yeah.
If I'm third Impact, I'm looking at this game going, thank Riot. They're probably sending Riot money right now. Like here's $20 on PayPal for giving us Ocean Soul for this game. God, If I was a blue team and this was a solo queue game, I'd just FF at 20. I'd FF at 20.
Yeah, there are already 2 Drakes ahead. They get the 2 more. They're just gonna have such immense healing. They don't have anybody to slay these tanks.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have a full mythic right now on BaeDCarry, so he doesn't have the shield bow yet. Gore Drinker's already been completed on the Wukong. Moonstone's already been completed on the Seraphine.
Yep, and you have the Kraken Slayer on Senna already. So everybody has a mythic right now. I think, yeah, everybody on their team has a mythic right now except for...
Blue team.
No, Nocturne.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that could be the knockup, so Silas won't be able to go back top lane! Dang, map! Thank you. Too late, though. That was not fun. I don't... Ooh, but the Volley Bear is going to be hanging out around nearby, and that's going to be the first turret going over to the Linean to the bot lane. And that's going to be the ultimate going out, but it's going to be going over towards the mid. And Ghost of Katara will be getting the kill onto the Volley Bear too. Oh my god, but the Notorious mid is going to get shut down after getting a kill too. That's going to be the Nocturne. He doesn't have the spell shield, and he should be getting Decimated Smash. He should be able to die here. The fear might go down too. Here comes the ultimate though from the center. Oh, but Fat Girl Delicious says, give me that lunch and dinner combo right there. As he's just going to get the feast down. Wukong still going for the play too. The Condemn goes out. Oh, nice try though, buddy. Oh, but the Senna's gonna go down to the tower. But because nobody ever hit Kataro, Kataro goes down to the tower. Tower's more OP than BaeDCarry fan club.
Skill gap by the tower.
Skill gap. Please nerf tower, please.
I'd appreciate it. That's
Nerf.
one of the squishiest champs in the game.
Nerf tier 2 tower. Like tier 2 tower is too OP.
No, right now they're in the complete driver's seat. We were just dead ass wrong before this.
Oh yeah,
And
we were.
If to
totally
be
good.
fair, we said if they won the early game, they would look a lot better with all the healing, and they were just dominating the early game.
Oh yeah, for sure. We talked about that too. I mean, it's already a 7K gold lead. 12 kills to 4. First tower's already been taken down. Top's being pressured. I mean, Cho'Gath already has almost 3K health with his mythic item. Sion is barely over 2K health, by the way.
Yep, we see Volleybear getting the Chem Tank, so we do have 2 people now finally having their mythics.
And the
at
Everfrost.
10.
And the Everfrost, by the way, for the Silas.
Yes. So, but we still do not see Vayne having her shield bow yet. Which,
You know, to be fair, Vayne is a very hard champ to execute in the early game outside of maybe the first play. And there's only one person who I know who has the most kills on a Vayne in this league, and his name begins with an N.
oh, Nate? Me?
What? As
Yeah.
by the way, Asian Invasion got invaded on. And yeah, he's dead. I mean, what are you gonna do with Encore and then the Paranoia? Like, there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah, it's like what we were talking about before. Silas had a lot of nasty ults to steal, but they just have nasty ults all the time.
Just out, yeah. They have nasty ult. They have nasty ults to use anyway. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna steal one of your ults. All right, fool, that's great. But guess what? We have like 3 or 4 that we can use. So good luck, buddy.
Yeah, as they're going back in. I'm sorry, I'm laughing too much at you.
Yeah, they are going back in too. Who cares? It's a welcome to the Fiesta. The shutdown goes over to the Volley Bear. Oh, they have a 2 for 3. That's going to be the 3 for 0 right now. And they get a double kill onto Asian Invasion. This was the turnaround that we possibly could have been talking about. Ooh, Cho'Gath nearly gets hit by the abduct. Volley Bear. The bear is chasing the Void Dinosaur. I don't know what it is. Is it a dinosaur? I don't know what it is. But Cho'Gath's get caught out. And they're going to get the kill over to BaeDCarry. That's 2 kills. And that's a 4 for nothing. That's going to be the first of 1 dragon for BaeDCarry fan. And this was the turnaround they needed. From 8K gold now to 6K gold. So they got a
Yeah,
lot.
you actually got some gold into the vein too.
Yeah,
which is
that's
huge.
does have the shield bow. So and has this plated steel caps because a lot of the teams is AD based because they're going to be auto attacking. They're not really building AP. So I think the later this game goes, you honestly could look at it and go, if things go well for BaeDCarry fan club, Ooh, but the teleport's gonna be coming in, as you can see it on the top side, and that's gonna be the Seraphine coming down. But the ultimate.
It is up, but I don't think she's gonna get there in time. As Volibear's coming down too.
Lenny, by the way, pinged the Nocturne ultimate, like, hey, use it. But apparently, ooh, the upduct was not. No, you hijacked the Seraphine ultimate, but I think you don't want to go in on that, especially when you have no vision on them.
And when you're by yourself. So.
I mean, that's something
It's just counter ulted. She
Yeah.
had her ult up too.
Yeah. But Lenny was picking the Yogiza's ultimate, like, hey, use it. Like, you ever get those, it's like those players in solo queue where they're like, hey, why did you use it? It's just like, first off, I don't know where their team's at, but it's just that one solo queue player that thinks that they know everything. I'm not saying Lenny knows everything, or it probably acts like that, but I'm just saying, like, it's always those type of people.
Yeah, and they're usually like 0 and 12.
Oh yeah, they 0 and 12, and they ping, like, bot mid diff when, like, you overextend with no wards. Speaking of, like, overextending with no wards, they are going to clear out some of the vision too. The pink ward is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. Actually, no, I'm kidding. It's not the Powerpuff Girls. So double root does go on. Volibear's already half health. He does have to ult out too. That's going to be the Paranoia going down too. That's going to be the Encore in return, as a Notorious Mage should be able to get the kill. He does, and that's going to be the Vayne getting CC'd, but it's going to get the... Oh, it does have the spell shield on. The shield bow did proc too, but the Yogiza is too OP. Asian Invasion is going to get the kill, and he's dead. Lulu's dead, because Senna things, I don't know. This composition is too OP, and that's going to be the double kill.
Everybody leaves that full HP. Moonstone, Seraphine, and Senna. Everybody leaves that fight full HP.
By the way, this champion has been nerfed only once in the last 8 patches, as far as I'm concerned, and she's still OP. Like in what universe do you not nerf Seraphine and don't buff maybe Sona or Soraka?
They are reworking Sona.
Oh, are they?
They're not like reworking her like the Mundo rework, but they are reworking what she is because people just complain too much about her being so similar.
Will we be able to keep the banana? Oh, you were saying? I thought you were mentioning Soraka. I was like,
no, Senna.
Oh,
no,
you know what?
Sona.
Okay. So while they're clearing out the vision right now, and it is almost a 10k gold lead here. I want to. Have you ever played? Do you remember Ape Escape, the video game?
Yes.
For the original PlayStation and PlayStation 2.
I own the original I think my brothers played it. You gotta remember, I was like 2 when the original PlayStation came out.
I keep forgetting that I'm the only, like, one of the few boomers in this league. Because every time I mention something, people just kind of look at me and they go, "What the hell are you talking about?"
I had a PS1 to be fair, but
how did you have
games on it?
That's like saying you had a Nintendo 64 and you never had Super Mario or like Super Mario Bros. Or like the original Smash Brothers, or like
I had a Super Nintendo. I had Mortal Kombat.
Oh, but speaking of Mortal Kombat, Get Over Here is probably the name of the game, as that's 2 kills already. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know, BaeDCarry. You're kind of dead already. That Scion Ultimate went nowhere. What in the living hell was that Scion Ultimate? He literally went from, like, if I was like, hey, I'm leaving to somewhere, and you literally went from the door of your kitchen to the fridge and back.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he accidentally hit the tower.
I think he just accidentally hit the Alt F4 button right there. Like, if I'm like, he was trying to hit the Scion Ultimate, he's like, you know what? I'm done with this. Alt F4 out of here.
Nick, stop you, Nick, I'm gonna stop you before I have to solo cast this fucking game. But all Scion Ultimates aside.
Yeah, that's gonna be the bear going down. What is it? Are they just literally- Wait. Are they literally just walking around for no reason? Like, that was the weirdest thing I ever saw. The Volibear and the Lulu are going in on the Senna. And, okay, they might get the kill on the Senna. Alright, I lied. They're not getting the kill on the Senna. Wait, they are getting the kill on the Senna. The Ignite goes down. Lenny's just smacking it with a stick and saying, get out of here. They're gonna get the second dragon, though. So they get something. They're gonna get something out of this, I think.
I think the most important thing is they're keeping them from getting it. Like, out of effectiveness on the players, like, you just don't want them to have any Ocean Souls more than you have an Ocean Soul, if that makes sense.
I don't think you want to give them an Ocean Dragon.
Yeah. Sorry, Ocean Dragon. That's what I meant. I don't think you want to give them a single one. They already have enough healing as is. We pointed it out last time. The fact that they got into that fight, and they left it. All the people alive. Full HP. You just have so much healing right now on this team. As I'm gonna look at it, I see one Grievous Moon item, but you do have the Moonstone on Lulu, to be fair.
Yeah,
the
only Grievous I see. Oh no, wait, I did see the Oblivion Orb on the Silas too. But I really think Vayne just needs to scale up more right now. It's just so far behind. I mean, it's a 3K gold difference between Lenny and Vayne. And Vayne's not even on Lenny's not even on an AD carry.
Yeah, I think one thing that we didn't think about before this draft actually is that a lot of their champions, no one's really a big Grievous Wounds applier. Like those champions that just have a big ass AoE that can attack multiple people to apply the Grievous Wounds. None of them really have that. Like, you could put Oblivion Orb on a Seraphine, and she's just going to be able to apply that to everybody.
Nocturne does have the GA, by the way. I just want to mention that. Man, they're just going in on that. Oh, the knock up onto the clones, though. That's going to be the Paranoia going down, and Lenny's on a rampage. I like how Volibear was, like, the charging in when, like, no one else was nearby.
Yeah, at this point, you're just trying to throw some at the wall and see if it works. Like, you're kind of far behind. You were starting to catch up whenever you get drags. You've made a couple good team fights, but it's like a 10,000 gold difference.
Yeah, it's 13.
12,000.
Yeah, it's 13. Oh, is it 12? It's like 13.
It's
actually.
13.
Well, yeah, it's 13. Yeah, we'll officially call it 13 after they get the tower and the inhib here. We'll call it 13.
Yeah.
Unlucky 13. So. I mean, think about it. It's a 13k gold lead with a 13 kill deficit. And this is the not 13th game of the season, though. I mean, it's week 1, game 3, so it is 13 in a sense. Volibear's just gonna be running in. Volibear just doesn't care how far behind he is. That's a Chad move, but that's even worse. As the Encore goes down, that's a double Encore, but the shutdown does go over to the Bane, and that's gonna be the Wukong using the ultimate to get something out of it. The Senna ultimate does go down too, and the final hour from Bane has to flash away, but the shutdown does go over. That's 1,000 gold going over to the Scion. Notorious Mid does get on the rampage, and Paranoia was used, but Nocturne, buddy, you're on the bot side, but who cares? You still win the 4v5.
Yeah, Vayne was able to stay alive for a little bit. I thought whenever that Seraphine ult hit, when Silas's Seraphine ult hit, that Vayne was going to be able to come in there and get a little bit more of a cleanup off that, but they just played that so well. The Senna ultimate shielded everybody. They were able to get the Vayne off of them with the amount of range that they have, and that's what we were talking about with this bot lane, is the range. So Vayne has to get up a lot closer to be able to do damage than almost anybody on this team. So they can just poke her out of it very heavily. They can chunk her completely out of fights.
Ooh, they are going to be able to get the tower too, but that's going to be the flash and the exhaust going down, by the way. They're really trying to... Ooh, they do get the... Remember, he has no ultimate. He has no paranoia. They do get the GA down. Ooh, good polymorph. Oh, they should be able to get the kill. The shutdown does go over to the Vayne, so that's another shutdown. That's fine. You lose a tower, but so far the only inhib you lost is the mid inhib. That's it.
Well, they haven't even taken a tower.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They haven't taken a tower.
No, they're in the base, and their tier 2s are all up.
So it's a 14k gold lead, but it's still a 13k difference, by the way. Just so you know. I really like how we're playing around this number 13, apparently. Like, it's literally the only thing that's consistent outside of BaeDCarry fan club's gameplay so far.
There's a strong weave there. With the fascination of the number 13. A very strong we.
You know what it reminds me of 13? 13 Ghosts. It's a good movie. The one with Matthew Lillard in it. Come on, that was a good movie. That was a good movie.
Boomer. But back to
what?
the game.
That is not a boomer movie. That literally came out in the late 90s. That was like when we were all alive. Except for like maybe some people, but
I was born in 1999.
hold on. While we're waiting for this, I gotta wait. What? What? 13 Ghosts. Yeah, the paranoia is gonna go down. They are trying to get dragons, so they finally get an Ocean Soul. 13 Ghosts came out in 2001. You were alive when it came out, okay? As the
as a fucking
is gonna be going down. It's gonna be massive fight after massive fight, and everybody's just dead. That's it. That's all we gotta commentate on. That's it. That's a GG. Teleport is gonna be going down. Where did the teleport go? Oh, the teleport was at the ward. There's a ward. Oh, that just died. Oh, that's why I was like, what the hell are they teleporting to? So, apparently, 31 minutes in.
With 31 kills, they had 13 kills overall.
So we're sticking to 13. We're doing it. All right, and that's gonna be the game.
13 backwards.
13 backwards. That's gonna be the game. That's gonna be GG's.
Oh my god.
And Third Impact takes the first game of the season over BaeDCarry Fan Club. So
I'm laughing too hard.
Yeah. Apparently you need to calm down. Your face is turning red there, Red Panda.
God, you're making me laugh so hard. I couldn't think. This whole fucking game, I couldn't think. You're just talking about the number of goddamn 13 for like 8 minutes. Just rambled on. You forgot to cast a team fight, for God's sake.
We're gonna be bringing in Yogiza, who will be a lovely guest star here as the captain of Third Impact. Yogi, can you hear us?
Yeah, what's good?
What's good, man? We've talked before, man, and it's first game of the season. You guys took the W. What kind of draft were you guys kind of going into, knowing that it was a very dominant AD carry that you guys were going up against?
So basically, we kind of knew going in that we had to kind of play around our bot lane. So honestly, I don't even know why we obsessed with Cho'Gath, but that's what we've been picking a lot. So that's what we locked in for our bot lane, and I think we fooled them a lot with our lane swaps. And we also played real safe into the Lulu first pick because into Lulu, I think we locked in our bot lane with Seraphine and Senna, which both are like unpunishable lane, and then we flex those two. So I think we kind of just won off draft because then we kind of just got the counter picks and the
was Lenny calling for the 80 Wukong bot lane, or was it more like after you guys saw the rest of the draft, you guys said, hey, we're gonna go ahead and pick the Wukong here?
After we saw like the rest of the draft, like we saw like the Silas and the Volibear, and we kind of just decided like they can't really do much against a Senna Seraphine comp, so we played the fasting Senna lane with the Wukong, and we also could have done the Cho'Gath lane, but we needed some damage.
Yeah, definitely. See, were you guys kind of worried about their late game?
Not really. I think our comp just like doesn't really allow any spaces for scaling.
Yeah,
to really matter.
Because you guys either took the fight or they just kind of ran it down at you, and I don't know which came first. But it kind of just seemed like they were trying to force fights, which they almost did. They got a few shutdowns on you guys. Were you guys at all worried about the shutdown gold being a factor?
Not really. I knew we had a lot of silly shutdowns, but I think they all played well. Like they had some surprising like collapses on us, but I think we could have just straightened those things out and we would have been all good. And I think we also were confident in closing out that game in our team fight, since our team fight was much better.
Yeah. I don't know who you guys play next week. I'm not sure. I don't get the schedules here. I don't get a nice little handout schedule. But looking at who you guys are possibly facing next week, are you guys already prepping for them as well too? Or?
Oh, it's
Ooh.
Jared. Huh?
We actually haven't even seen UPS play yet.
Yeah,
So-
because so are you excited to go up against Mailbox? Because I know the last time you guys faced off was last season, and you kind of took the L on that one. So are you hoping to get a revenge win?
Yes, I mean Mailbox is like my he's like my main enemy, man. Like I gotta beat him next time.
Is this like the shonen anime where you get the revenge match in the tournament, and it's like you're all powered up now, like you've trained for a few months now or a few years, and now you're gonna go up against like your arch nemesis who also has trained because he's been expecting you the whole time?
Yeah, kind of like that, but it's deeper than that too. Jared used to coach me and all that shit, and then I got pretty good, I think. Good enough. Probably not better than him, but we'll see.
Wow, that's going to be a interesting storyline. Master versus student. Will the student finally overtake the master? And Yogi, we want to thank you for the interview. First win of the season goes over to Third Impact. Anything else you want to say before the end of the interview?
I just want to say thanks for playing. BaeDCarry fan club, whatever they're called these days.
BaeDCarry fan club.
Yeah. It was a good game. Good luck to you guys, and thanks for everyone watching the stream.
Thank you.
Thank you,
for the
Yogi's a
Yeah.
real wholesome response. I appreciate it. After everything we've been going through right now.
Final thoughts on this game, because literally this was it's kind of what happened when solo queues kind of infiltrates a professional play, where it's just like, well, we lost the early game, let's just go int a bit.
I don't know. I felt like it came down, and I can relate a lot to what happened with Volibear and what happened with BaeDCarry.
Because you int
With
a
the
lot,
fact
or?
that- Okay, so basically what I was about to say was, if anything.
I'm sorry. I am not sorry, but I'm also sorry at the same time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So before my hopes and dreams were shattered by Nick, what I was going to say is that whenever you fall behind like that and you feel like you're a champion that has can have a really big impact in a game like Vayne, like Volibear, you want to make stuff happen. And when a game starts to feel a little bit unwinnable, you definitely feel that pressure, and I feel like that's kind of what did BaeDCarry himself in, is that when you're playing a champ like Vayne, you know, very high scaling, you just want to get in the late game, you want to get fed, you want to get gold, and Volibear has a very pivotal part in that. So it's just like, once that hits, they know that they need to make it to the late game, but they also know that they're so far behind that they need to make something happen. So I can really kind of sympathize with that, and I mean, it's really early on in the season, so I don't think it's a testament to anything towards them.
Yeah. I mean, we still have plenty of teams that haven't even played yet. I mean, we have like one game tomorrow.
I think everything that just happened was kind of unfortunate for them. Honestly, like Senna and Wukong played everything really well.
Even after the first blood, yeah, they kind of just hard stomped after that. It was almost like after they got the return kill onto the Vayne, it was almost like they got their mojo
for them to come back.
Oh yeah,
they were able to get the advantage, and obviously Senna has the range of her Vayne, but you know, it just came down to you know, I think Silas was the only one that was really ahead in his lane, or at least close to ahead in his lane, and he was trying to extend that to other lanes, but I think it was just really unfortunate how it played out. I think that, you know, Nocturne played it out very well with his ults. I think that drag control and objective control early definitely was in the favor of Yogiza, and he did a really good job of that for his team. I mean, they got the first rift, they got the first 2 dragons, like they applied a lot of pressure early. So I don't think it's a testament to anything of BaeDCarry. I think it was just Third Impact playing really well, really coordinated. And we talked about before the game even synergies, and like they played together a really long time, and some of them on the other ones just haven't. So it might just equal itself out as the season goes on.
Well, for now, the only thing we can actually say is that Third Impact does take the W in the first game against BaeDCarry fan club. So we do have one more game tomorrow, and then our reschedule has been confirmed. We're still
confirmed yet.
I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but they are looking at possibly right in the middle of the week. So we might actually have a special game during the middle of the week too. I am your favorite caster, the one who makes all the insulting jokes, featured with my favorite bench warmer Red Panda. We are done for the day. No more games.
I'm done for the year.
No more...
Hopes and dreams shattered.
Catch us tomorrow when we stream our final game of week 1. So we'll catch us tomorrow.